What's going on, guys? I want to talk about Henry Ruggs, man. I think his career pretty much is looking like it's over, at least for the foreseeable future. He has been released by the Raiders after a fatal car crash, and he's facing some time, man. This reminds me of the Dante Stallworth situation, even though he was towards the back end of his career, but he was still productive. He faced a situation was a little bit different in that one, but he didn't really face any time, even though that would have been considered worse, in my opinion. We don't really know exactly what happened in this one, but Ruggs was drinking. He's being charged with DUI. He no longer has a job. They're pulling his jerseys from stores, online stores, physical stores. It's just sad, man. This guy was a talented wide receiver from Alabama. He went to University of Alabama anyway. His first round draft pick of the Raiders. Hadn't been in the league, 2 years? And now he's faced with this situation. I honestly do feel bad for him, but he made a mistake. Henry Ruggs messed up, and he messed up bad. And at the end of the day, he's going to have nobody but himself to blame for this. You have to be responsible. If you know you have been drinking, you do not, under any circumstances, need to be driving. And the crazy thing is that his girlfriend was with him, and she has serious injuries. So why wasn't your girlfriend driving, considering if she was sober? There's a lot of lives that are impacted here. And all it takes is one bad choice to really ruin everything that you have worked for. Because Henry Ruggs worked extremely hard to get to where he is. Talented player. But basically, his career has been swept up from under him due to a choice that he has made. He's probably made this choice before to get behind the wheel of a car drunk. But nothing happened. Sometimes it takes these situations to happen before these guys are able to learn from it. So hopefully he's able to learn something and he doesn't have to face any serious time in jail. According to TMZ, let's see. I'm trying to get to the original article. Let's see. Okay. Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs, 12th overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft, was involved in a serious car accident in Las Vegas Thursday morning. Law enforcement sources tells TMZ the 22-year-old was in a wreck in central Las Vegas Valley area around 3:40 a.m. 3:40 a.m. Nothing good happens at that time. No word on if cops believe alcohol or drugs were play a factor in the accident. It's still unclear what his condition is. There's a local report that says that there's at least one fatality in it. Prior to the crash, it appears Ruggs was at a local Topgolf location in Vegas. He posted a video from the facility just before midnight. Ruggs was a superstar from the University of Alabama, winning a national championship. He's from Montgomery, Alabama, and is having a breakout year with 24 receptions, 469 yards, and 2 touchdowns. As you know, there have been updates happening. Let's see. Let's start here. A source close to Ruggs said the NFL is expected to be okay. The condition of other people involved in the crash is unclear. Law enforcement sources tell us that at least one person was in the crash passed. Ruggs lawyers David and Richard tell TMZ on behalf of our client Henry, we are conducting our own investigation in the wreck and ask everyone reserve judgment until the facts are gathered. Cops tell us Ruggs was behind the wheel driving his Chevrolet Corvette when he crashed into a Toyota RAV around 3:39 a.m. Toyota caught fire and the first responders located a deceased person in the SUV. Ruggs was transported to a local hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Cops tell us NFL star showed signs of impairment at the scene. The 22-year-old will be charged with a DUI resulting in this death. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years behind bars. The Raiders have addressed the incident, saying, "We are devastated by the loss of life, and thoughts and prayers go out to the family." We're told we just obtained images and video of the crash site taken just minutes after the collision. Eyewitnesses tell us the two men stopped at the scene and attempted to put out the blaze with a fire extinguisher, but it was too much for them to handle. Wow. NFL just released a statement that Ruggs incident, saying, "Our hearts goes out to the family and friends of the victim. Continue to gather facts and monitor the matter under our policies." I'm going to tell y'all why things just changed so quickly over a day. Henry Ruggs has been booked into Abstina. He is still in hospital on 2 felony charges: DUI with serious bodily harm and reckless driving with death at serious bodily harm. If convicted, DUI carries a prison sentence up to 20 years. Police say the person passed in the crash was a 23-year-old woman. When that was found out that it was a woman, his goose was cooked. Cops added Ruggs' girlfriend, Kiera Washington, was a passenger in the Corvette and suffered serious injuries in the collision. Las Vegas Raiders just announced they have released a 22-year-old wide receiver, Henry Ruggs. See, the NFL wants no smoke with this. The NFL is at a situation where they will throw anybody under the bus in order to not have to deal with woke Twitter, to not have to deal with the media. So they will make sure that coaches get fired for old emails, and players. See, they used to actually stand behind their players. Now, maybe if he was a quarterback that's making a whole lot of money, it'd be different. But because he's a second-year wide receiver, they might say, you know what, he might be expendable. And we already dealing with a team that has dealt with controversy, and Mark Davis doesn't want any more controversy. But ultimately, this was up to Henry Ruggs. This was his choice to get behind the wheel of a car while drunk and impaired with his girlfriend at 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is what happens. But I find it interesting how the Raiders just cut bait so quickly. Like they cut bait so quickly, man. They're not even trying to hear his side. Unless they heard something like, "Oh, we don't want smoke with Twitter. We don't want smoke with social media." That's what it was, man. And ultimately, man, this guy's career is done. His goose is cooked. It's over for him. They pulling his jerseys. Man. But we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like this video and share it. Let me know what you think, man.